YouTube. How are you? Gashead Steve here. This is a video that I really wanted to make going back a couple of months when the PlayStation Classic was first announced, and equally when the PlayStation Classic was released. Going back about a month ago? I don't know, it was December sometime, was it? December or November? One of the two. Um, the PlayStation holds dear to my nostalgic values. Um, Absolutely loved the system when I was younger. Obviously, younger being a young man. I've got the SNES Mini, which obviously gives me memories of being a young kid, I guess. So the PlayStation Classic, when that was announced, I was really excited to sort of like see where they went with it. Then they announced the games, which I'll come more onto in a minute because I'm literally going to transfer this over to my screen and we're going to go through, what the PlayStation Classic is originally, and then what hackers and mods have actually turned it into now. And for what I actually believe, they've taken what is a slated console or a slated mini console into possibly one of the best mini consoles. I don't know if people agree with me out there, but again, this might be a nostalgic thing for me with the PlayStation and how excited I am with this announcement and actually getting my hands on it, which I've got one here upside down, HDMI at the top. So again, I have hacked it. So I will show you what it is originally, which I'm sure everybody's seen before, but this is my kind of take on it, which I think I can add a little bit of value to this because the actual machine itself, when it came out, I got some notes, so I'm all prepared and shit. What's all that about, eh? 2019, Gas said Steve, prepared and shit. So people slated it. They slated it for the no software options. I've got it all written down. The no software options, which I guess they're right. With the SNES Mini and the NES Mini, you could obviously put scan lines and sort of like make the filters and everything, do the backgrounds and what have you. So that was a really good function, which the PlayStation or Sony seemed to just wipe over and not actually give a shit about. So I get why people are pissed off with that because, no love went into this originally. The actual Mini itself, I think that looks amazing. I think that looks gorgeous. Um, I am well happy with that. The way it looks, anyway, and the attention to detail they've actually done, uh, putting into it. When I say attention to detail, it would be lovely if the top opened up. It doesn't. Obviously, you got the power buttons which you can press in. You got the open button, which would be great if it opened up and you could house like I don't know drugs or something inside, but maybe not drugs. That was cool, and obviously the reset button as well. So absolutely love the design. The second thing people were up in airs about was the controller. Obviously, not being a DualShock controller, um, I guess that pissed people off. However, original PlayStation, original controller does make sense, doesn't it? And you can't really blame Sony. You can't really blame any company to, I'm sure if the PlayStation Classic done well, which obviously it hasn't been, um, I'm sure they bring out DualShock controllers for that. Doesn't make sense really because one of the games they put on there, you need the DualShock controller, and I don't know how you get there. It's obviously Metal Gear Solid. Um, anybody who's played that game knows how vital the DualShocks actually are for that. So yeah, it's a bit of a not thinking. Somebody didn't think at Sony when they added that game. I guess that would have been my initial thoughts with a game like that. What 2 months down the line, great. Sony announced some DualShock controllers, and amazingly, Metal Gear Solid is now attached to that, and obviously you can benefit with the DualShock on that. That would have been a bit more savvy than actually releasing it with a non-DualShock controller. But I don't work for Sony. I don't have that say. So, limited save states people didn't like. I believe that's been sorted with hacks and everything. Poor game roster. Now, I was quite excited about things like Resident Evil, Final Fantasy VII, obviously being announced on there originally. Um, that would have been great, or that is great. But yeah, I mean, like fast forward a little bit, the games weren't the best. Um, yeah, which brings me on to my next one, the price. Obviously, it was announced, I believe it was £100 or there, or 89.99 or whatever it was. So nigh on £100. Now that is a lot of money. The NES Mini and the SNES Mini came out, I think it was 69 to 70 quid. Again, a lot of money. So it kind of just that extra 20 quid, I guess people were, not very happy with Sony about, because it's an extra 20 quid and the games aren't all that, and it's like, Sony, you're trying to rip us off. So I get that. However, the prices have dropped considerably. So you can now pick one of these up for 50 quid. Having said that, I picked mine up for 50 quid. Um, I was going to ask for it for Christmas. My wife, probably rightly so, has turned around and said she's not going to buy me any more computer stuff or game related stuff, because I just end up trading it in, and sort of like cashing it in a few months down the line, which I think we all do. As like, collectors, obviously you collect this, um, but as gamers, you kind of play this and then you want this game, and then you trade that game in to cover the costs for that game. You always end out of pocket. So I guess, and probably rightly so, if somebody buys you a gift, it's not very nice, not very PC to sell it on or to trade it on. So very good point, wife. Thank you for that. So yeah, it really is a case of then after Christmas, Boxing Day, I believe Steve, Mr. Retro Unlim, um, popped a link in our WhatsApp group to the PlayStation Mini, a PlayStation Classic, being what, 50 quid, 49.99 on Amazon. Straight away went on, bought it, because I was going to buy it anyway. A couple of days after Boxing Day, maybe with a bit of Christmas money. So I thought, no, fuck it, 50 quid, I'm having that. And I did subsequently. And then Monkey Spats 5000, he's still alive, by the way. Not making any videos, but he's still alive. Told me that Argos were doing the same. So I could have popped down Argos, which is 10 minutes down that way. You can't see it from here, I don't think. There's too many walls in the way. But 10 minutes down there, and I could have picked it up there and then. But hey, I've got one now. It's only like, I got Prime with Amazon, so it was only 24 hours after that. So pretty happy with it as it stood. And then I found out about the modding, about the hacking and everything like that. So um, that kind of counteracts any sort of bad. So the prices come down, which is something that people were irate about. We've already mentioned about the controllers, which I think Sony will still bring out DualShock. I'm not too sure they will now, because obviously the actual console itself has dropped considerably in price. Don't know what the marketing was behind that. Don't know what the thinking behind that was, but hey, it's dropped now anyway. So the software has all been sorted with the hacks. Obviously, the games have been sorted with the hacks, with the ability to upload ROMs on it, which I will show you in a minute. I've literally, with all my backups of all my original PlayStation Classic games, which I've got over there, which you can't see. Yeah, but they're all originals, because I would never download ROMs off the internet and play those. Never, ever, ever, ever. So yeah, I'm quite excited about this. But what I'll do, I'll transfer over to the video capture card and show you what the original looks like, and then we'll show you what the hacked side looks like. How good does that sound? So, and as if by magic, the shopkeeper appears. So this is that's Mr. Ben for you young ones out there that watch my videos. Uh, not many, I'm sure. But this is what you get fresh out of the box. This is PlayStation Classic. These are the games you get. This is what you look at. These are the themes you get. I think we can all agree that's quite boring. The games themselves, yeah, I mean Metal Gear Solid, I would definitely put that one on there. Grand Theft Auto, definitely put that on there. Final Fantasy VII, definitely put that one on there. Destruction Derby, I would put that on there, but it looks quite poor. Again, I'm pretty sure with the hack with the scan lines, you can make that look better. But on the stock version, it looks a bit blurry and not good. Cool Borders 2, I have a little play on that. Love that game when I was, or you know, when it was out. Not so much now. It's a bit crap, really. Battle Arena Toshinden, Wild Arms classic, classic role playing game, fantasy game. You know what I mean. Twisted Metal, Rainbow Six. That was a bit of a turkey. That could have been taken out. Tekken 3, I think that was a must on the system. Siphon Filter, great game. Street Fighter, Puzzle Fighter 2, Turbo, Ridge Racer Type 4, Persona, Resident Evil, again, one of the musts on there, but it doesn't look that good without the scan lines. But again, when you hack it and you can play it with the scan lines, then you know it's a pretty hot game. So Rayman, yeah, you put that on there. Oddworld, you put that on there. Mr. Driller, that can maybe stay off. So what I would do, I will show you a quick go on Resident Evil, show you sort of like what it looks like on the stock version, and then we go over to the hack, and I'll show you how they look then, because it's night and day. It really is. So I'll skip what I can skip. I think there's bits in there that you can't skip. Resident Evil Director's Cut. Here we go. Sound good, don't I? Sound really rough. There's for some reason I'm really echoey, and I know that, and I think I think I need to put that right on my videos if I'm going to like spend the time and effort doing videos, which I am. You know, 2019, I'm definitely set to get back into YouTube. I won't sort of like gloss over the fact that I haven't been making videos for ages. So, but I won't talk about that in this video because this is a PlayStation Classic video, not a Gashead Steve. Where have I been video? He hasn't found it yet. Right, let's skip until they escaped into the mansion. They ran away from the dogs, and yeah, they thought they were safe. I reckon the lucky ones get eaten by the dogs. To be totally honest with you, I wouldn't fancy running around the mansion. I don't know what happened. Shut up, Jill. See, it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look terrible. It looks very playable, but it doesn't look great, does it? It doesn't look great. It looks blurry and blocky and everything like that. Which, when you add the scan lines, when you hack it, it does look very good. So I don't think we can skip this. Chris,
take care. Take care.
Thanks, Jill. In your face. In your face. Right, so I'm going to walk around. I'm not going to pick the knife up because I can't be bothered, to be the truth. To tell you the truth, to be the truth, I am the truth. You can't handle the truth. Right, let's just go through this door. I know it's iconic, but they should have sped this up a little bit, I think, because that does get annoying. So I think I can hear something going on around this corner. I wonder what this could be. Sounds like a dog munching on a bone. Is it a dog? That's no dog. Dude. Alright, so yeah, can't do anything, can I? So that's Resident Evil, looking like Resident Evil, and that's the PlayStation Classic stock version. I'm just gonna get eaten by him because I quite like it when you die, because I'm quite sadistic like that. Look at that blood. He's all that blood oozes out. So I'm now going to transfer over to the BleemSync side of the PlayStation Classic and show you what that looks like. Whoa, super exposure. Got the light from the telly there, and I've got a light ahead of me as well, shining on my bald head. So this is where the fun begins. So you can have either RetroArch or BleemSync. BleemSync is obviously the PlayStation side of it. RetroArch is the emulator side of it, where you can play anything really, sort of Mega Drive stuff, Master System stuff, Commodore 16 stuff. If there's any emulator ROMs for that, if there is, can you let me know because I really want to play them. Commodore 64, Spectrum, SNES, NES, Master System, you name it. RetroArch is where you, or RetroArch or RetroArch with an H. I'll leave that to you to decide. But so RetroArch, you can search for that online. Obviously, for this purpose, we're only interested in BleemSync. I will press this button and we'll see exactly what we get for our money. So this is obviously new themes, new games, everything. These games have been downloaded, not from myself. Obviously, I own all the originals, all of these, even the ones that I don't ever heard of before, haven't ever heard of before. I own them all because that's how we roll, isn't it? So again, you can see the theme is Metal Gear Solid. It's got soundtracks as well, which you can obviously I can't hear because I've turned this all the way down. So you know that's Metal Gear Solid all over. Different theme, obviously different backgrounds. Just looks better, looks clearer. It's got the scan lines on, so again, it's not always blurred in your face. These are all the games that I've been able to fit on a 32 gigabyte USB stick. And again, there's an awful lot on here that I've never heard of. It was just somebody posted this link, and I thought I'd give it a go. Mark from the Game Shed has done a really good tutorial on this. It's not hard at all to set up, so it's well worth it. And again, going back to my original point about being, this now being 50 quid in most shops, it's not a bad deal at all. So again, on 32 gigs, I believe you can go up to 128. So you imagine all the games you got on here for 128 gigs. I think I've got about 59 games on here that I've kind of managed to fit on a 32 gigabyte USB stick. So yeah, I mean, world joys to really. So. But here I just want to show you what a game looks like and what the BleemSync side does to the game. And it's a massive improvement. So I'll play it normally and then we go into the menu, because again, one of the downsides when this first came about was that you didn't have access to the settings, to the menu settings, which on the SNES Mini, the NES Mini, you've obviously got to add the scan lines and so on and so forth. But let's have a look at this. Let's have a look. See what we skip most. So R-type Delta. Start game. Do you wish to continue? Yes, I do. Let's see what we can skip. It does look okay. I have played this and it does look okay. As normal, but then you have the scan lines and it looks perfect. First contents. music's funky. Here we go. So I'm probably going to die because I'm no good at this game at all. Here we go, get out. Right, okay, so let's add the scan line. So you add the scan lines on BleemSync by pressing select and the triangle button, and it takes you to a hidden menu. In this hidden menu, I haven't played around too much with this because, again, I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing, but let's add the scan lines. Unless the scan line bright's quite high, because then it kind of, the scan lines, I think there's only one setting on them, and they're quite close together. So again, if you set them quite high, kind of blends the picture in together. So let's have a look at 55. Save global config. I think it would take me back to the beginning. Well, you can see the scan lines there, but oh no, it hasn't taken me back to the beginning. Cool. So yeah, that's that looks, well, for me, that looks so much better. I need you, I need you, I need you. Bollocks. No good at this game whatsoever. So, yeah, you can see the massive improvements with Sony. You really should have added that. I can't play and talk. You really should have added that hidden menu. You know, that was crucial. That was crucial to what you were doing, and you know, it's just really lazy. But topic of this video really is that this has now become, you know, the PlayStation Classic has now become a game console to really be reckoned with. So many great games on the PlayStation 1, and you can play them all. You know, it's like, it's such a great console. Originally, now we've got a little mini. Now we can update it, we can hack it, we can really sort of like make the benefit of what Sony, I guess, really should have done if they didn't want to do it. If they wanted to do it, then I'm sure over time they would have ripped us off with extras and you know, so on and so forth for that. But yeah, I mean, well happy with it, and I think the amount of games out there that I can now play on my 40-inch LED screen and play just like I did when I was a young man, I'm well happy. I'm well happy with the PlayStation Classic. 50 quid, they've solved the price issue. They've solved the scanline issue or the options issue. Solved the games issue. Add what you want, play what you want, anything. I think this is a really great console now, and yeah, really happy. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Again, haven't addressed the issue about me being away and not sort of making videos for ages, so I will do that in a separate update, possibly at the weekends. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Let me know your thoughts on the PlayStation Classic below, whether you love it, whether you hate it, whether you're thinking the same as me. It started off with a bit but now it's really showing its potential, and I really think we can agree that it's going to be a bit of a win-win now for Sony selling the console or selling the units themselves, because of the the modding community. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I will speak to you in the next video, and I will upload videos constantly throughout this year, and yeah, thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'll speak to you, guys and girls. I'll speak to you very soon.